Hey y'all, let's design a sales page together. Right now I'm working on a sales page for Christina Scalera. She's got this new bundle of her digital products that she's selling. And so I want to walk you through how I make some of these design decisions as I'm working through a sales page. You know, sales pages tend to be really long. This one's actually not that long at all, but it does have a good amount of copy. So I want to show you how to break up that copy in ways that draw a user's eye to specific sales points and to call them out in really meaningful ways, and to also get them to move down the page and to recognize specific things that they need to pay attention to, but eventually how to get to the end and make a decision. So you'll see on the sales page right now, I have already designed a couple of these initial steps already, and I've gone ahead and I've plugged in all the copy from the copywriter that they've provided to me. In this video, you'll see that I kind of go back and forth a little bit, and I'll reference the copy document that the copywriter provided to me, but for the most part, I have already added in all the copy, but what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll reformat it from there. So the section that I've already designed at the top is really just to draw people's eye to the two offers, these two existing products that we're bundling together and selling to them. So I've taken the logos for those products and I've put them into little bubbles. I've added a little plus sign to them just to suggest that you are getting both of these together. And then I've created a graphic at the top that says get them both and save big. And I'm drawing people's attention to save big. That's the most visually grabbing piece of text that's on this kind of above the fold area, so that the main sales point is really clear and really concise. Now, the section after this that I've already designed has some sales points from Christina herself. She's saying, I've been there. I understand what your actual desires are. So we want to make sure that we call it out, and we call out the fact that she is someone who identifies with all the problems that you identify with. So we want to make sure that we show an image of the person who's speaking to the visitor that's coming to this page. And we want to call out specifically that she's been there. She's got the experience so that you can trust her. This is where we really start to kind of start a new cadence to what the copy is saying. So what you're really dreaming of, digital products. We're saying this is the solution that we're going to help provide to you. So what I want to do is to make sure that digital products and this idea that this is the answer gets a lot of visual weight. So I'm putting this in a script text to match the rest of the sales page and to match the rest of the products that we're providing. And then I want to specifically call out that this bundle is what the answer is. So I want to highlight that in some way. So I'm putting it inside of a box, and I'm really letting the kind of cadence rest on the sense that this bundle is what's going to help solve your problems and solve a lot of the heartache that you've been experiencing. So what you're really dreaming of, digital products, and then pausing on this bundle can help get you there. And then right underneath, right now, I'm going to format the two offers. So Launch Your Shop Academy and Simple Sustained Shop Sales. I'm just going to make sure that we're pulling out copy in a way that feels really navigable. So making sure that buttons look like buttons, that the descriptions look like descriptions, that the original price is called out, adding in some spacing in there so that it feels readable, adding in that mock-up so they know exactly what they're getting. And then I'm also going to experiment a little bit with putting them in columns so that you understand that column 1 is this one package of product that you get, because there's a lot of information inside of there. You've got the title, you've got the price, you've got the description, you've got the mock-up. So we kind of want to package it together and then duplicate that same structure for the second offer, or the second part of the bundle, which is the Simple Sustained Shop Sales. I'm also now getting to the point where, we want people to pay attention to this button where we say grab the bundle and save. And what I'm noticing here is that the button should really be the biggest call out on the page. They're the thing that we want people to interact with the most because it gets them to the order form. So I'm actually going to format this button in orange, but you'll see that it's directly competing with this let the bundle help get you there section that I put in orange above the page. So I'm going to go back and edit it and make it something that's a little bit lighter. It's still a big block, so we're still going to land there and say, okay, the bundle is the solution to my problems, but it doesn't take up as much visual weight as the grab the bundle button itself. So following this main offer, we're also going to draw attention to the fact that there is an additional kind of bonus that's a part of this bundle. So I'm setting this off in its own little box to go under the original offer. And I'm going to size things up so that you know that a recognizable product is something that you're getting on top of this. I'm going to add in a mock-up and make sure that there's some good spacing and margins in here. And again, I'm going to call out the fact that you're only going to get this with this bundle. We're really drawing attention to the fact that you don't want to get these items separately. This bundle is where you get all the good stuff together, and it's going to solve a lot of the problems that you've been having with digital products. So again, working on that hierarchy and making sure that you're drawing attention and putting visual weight behind the information, that is the most important. I'm also going through this copy too and just making sure that my visuals are matching up with what the copywriter has provided, and I'm seeing that she's calling out that this product comes with templates, cheat sheets, and tutorials. That's really important. She's bolded it in the copy, but I didn't add it to my mockup, so now I'm going to go back and make sure that my mockup matches what's in the copy. Now we're going to start working on designing out the pricing for all these offers. Pricing is always a really important thing to communicate, and sometimes it can get confusing because there's usually an original price, there's a value price, and then there's a special price. So we want to make sure that the hierarchy is really, really clear here. We're saying that the original price for products on tap is $4.95. So that goes a little smaller, and I'm going to kind of position it up closer to the products on tap product description. And then I'm going to bring down the price of the bundle, and I'm going to space it out a little bit so that it's clear that the bundle is not the same as buying one product. And I'm going to make sure that the price that you're getting is the largest price that you see. I don't want you to see the value of the bundle, which is the higher price first. I want to make sure that the bundle price, that sale price, is gigantic. And then I'm going to copy the button style that I've used before, and I'm going to duplicate it for the button that appears on this side of the page. And I'm going to make sure that I duplicate that button style for all buttons on this page. I want to make sure that whenever you see an orange block, you know that it's a button that you need to click on. So our next section is, who is this bundle really for? We're going to kind of cast aside some of the doubts that users might be coming into this with. So I'm also kind of going down the page at the same time, and I'm noticing that there's a section below this that says, psst, this program is not for these type of people. So because I know that I've got this interaction between these two blocks of copy, I'm going to design appropriately, and I'm going to align the who this bundle is for to the left, and then I'm going to come back to this kind of sidebar text and I'm going to align it to the right. Okay, now I'm going to work on this sidebar, and I want to call it a sidebar specifically because in conversation, as you're reading a sales page text, you really should be designing around how you would say something in conversation. And this sidebar, because it says, psst, this program is not for anyone who owns a brick and mortar product, we want to make sure that it looks like an aside because it sounds like an aside. It still needs to be called out. It still needs to look important because it is important information, but we want to make it act the way it sounds. So I'm formatting it to the right of the rest of this column. I'm going to put it in a little box, and I'm going to kind of align it up so that it matches this entire section of who this product is meant for and not meant for. But it really does look like a little sidebar piece of information, like some bonus text, and it helps the user get the information that they need in a quicker way. Again, I'm duplicating button styles here so that's really clear what is a button and what needs to be clicked on. And on this section in particular, it's coming right before your order form. So this is our last chance for us to make a big sales point. So I'm going to size it gigantic, and I'm going to focus on making that hierarchy for the pricing really, really clear, making sure that it's really clear that you're getting it for a discount when you bundle and you save. And then I also want to make sure that it gets not just a person behind it and a face behind it, because there is a person who is not only delivering this bundle to you, but teaching it to you, but that it gets kind of this gravitas that's needed at the end of the sales page, and that it really looks like we're kind of ending the conversation and inviting you to take the next step. So I'm also going to add a different background color to it that kind of ends the sales page and signals to the user that this is where you make this final decision. All right, so here's our final sales page. Here's how everything looks together. You can see that the entire offer gets kind of bundled into these little sections, but that it still looks like one big offer, and that the special kind of add-ons and bonuses get pulled out into their own blocks. And then at the very end, you've got a space where you can kind of pause and make a decision and make that sale.